Hey, oh, what's up, dude? Come on in. Don't mind me, I was just doing some stuff. What's up? I'm Nick. I play bass in the Deprived and Aberrants. Welcome. It's a warehouse shed that we jam in. We've been here since the fire. Yeah, I want to just take you on a little run through of my stuff. I guess we'll start with the amp first, and then we'll get to the good part. Alright, so before the fire, I used to roll two 810s and an Ampeg SVT4 tube head. Now, I'm rocking the much more portable Ampeg Portaflex PF800 with the accompanying Ampeg 15 and 410 cabinets. And then, I'm gonna zoom in on this pedal board here. I got an MXR carbon copy analog delay, which is for all the funny, evil sounds I make in Aberrants. And you know me, I love fuzz, so I rock the Swollen Pickle. And I'll take you guys through how each of these sound in a minute. And then this one here is the main dog. This one's the Micro Tubes B7K Ultra by Dark Glass. That pedal is the shit, and it is the reason why I sound good. And then this one is this magical thing, and it does some shit, which is tune your guitar. I'll go through the basses now, the good part. Alright, so this one has a really big neck. This is an LTD D6. You see, before the fire I had an Ibanez 6-string and a 5-string LTD jazz bass. And a good friend of mine named Daniel West hit up his buddies at LTD Guitars, or ESP LTD, and asked them if they could help me out after the fire with a new bass. And all they asked him for was my address, and so they mailed me this. And it's a 6-string, it's active, 3-band EQ on it. It's neck through. I think it's made out of mahogany, but there's something weird. Yeah, pretty badass. And they just sent it to me, and it's pretty awesome. I honestly really like this bass. Sounds really good, it plays really good. It's a bit heavy, but hey, that's why it sounds good. And Daniel West also makes really awesome custom guitars. Look him up, he's up in Oregon. Alright, and then that's the bass I use for Aberrants, pretty much. That's the only one I use. Then move on to my basses I use for the Deprived. This bass is really special. A buddy of mine, he's a firefighter and a total sexy badass. His name's Eric Bryant, and he sings for Quips and Chains and Chico. Check them out, they're pretty fucking cool. He's had this bass a long time, and it's had a long history. It belonged to a dude who passed away, and then it belonged to his friend, and then his friend traded it for a bottle of whiskey, basically, is this what I was told. And then it came to Eric, and then after the fire, Eric gave it to me. And one of my buddies set it up to be tuned for drop B. So you can see it's got that super low 135 gauge B string, and then down from there. So that I could play it with the Deprived, because most of the older songs with the Deprived are in drop B. And this thing's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this is like a 1975 P bass. It's old as hell, and you can kind of tell. But it's got the mojo, and this thing is pretty friggin' awesome. The tone is out of sight. And then with the Deprived, we also play songs in drop A. So that's where this bad dog comes in. This is a Schecter Stiletto Stealth 5. Yeah, it's just a simple Schecter bass. It's all flat black. It's got the Music Man in the split coil, 2-band EQ, bolt on. Now, that's active, you know. It's flat black. It looks metal as hell. It's pretty cool. Sounds good. Now, the funny thing with this bass is I broke a string on it, and the only string I had sitting around was a flat wound. And so now that's kind of my thing. My G string is always flat wound. All right. Well, I guess I'll take you through how each of these sound. Give you an idea of what the pedals sound like. Tricky to find the hole, as often is the case in life. All right, turn this down a bit. So that's clean. It's got a lot of shine to it, a lot of shimmer, which I really like. My old setup used to be kind of boxy sounding. And then you throw in this dark glass pedal. It gives it that nasty that I really like. And if you know me, I don't really like clean bass tone that much. Hopefully the levels are good. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's with the dark glass, and then yeah. Swollen pickle is for when I want to get absurdly nasty, like indiscernible bass tone. And then that's what that pedal does. It's just an analog delay. Pretty cool. Alright, well, yeah, that's the old 6-string. The ancient Fender also sounds pretty good. Yeah, it does the Berberding really well. That's actually how I test most basses. If it can Berberding on it, it's a good bass. Then I think this one is the loudest out of all three. I don't know what it is. I've heard, you know, the legend that black basses are just louder. But, you know, I don't know if that's it or not. It might just be because of the Music Man pickup. This thing also has a locking input jack, which is kind of cool. That one. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for my setup here. I used to have a bunch of crazy shit. Now I just have, you know, pretty minimalist setup as far as it goes. But hey, it's easier on my back and it sounds pretty good. And see Dave's drum kit right here. You didn't see it the whole time because it's like space age chameleons technology. adopted from like The Predator, which that was actually a real thing. That wasn't a movie. That was like a documentary. Check this out. Boom. The tone is really solid on this invisible drum kit. I like it. It's pretty dope, dude. Like, well, that's really about it on that rig rundown. I mean, that's it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for some kind of bass playthrough thing soon, maybe. But not really, probably. I get out. Oh, I gotta get the door clear. Okay, now go. Thanks for enjoying your time here. I kind of live in here too, so have a good one, dude.